it's a really rough life out here. Since these past 4 years, it has been a really rough life for me and my family. The reason why we came to the New World, my husband and I, for the opportunity. He was just a journeyman artisan. There was no way that he was going to be elevated into the ranks of a master, and so there was a lot of opportunity in the New World. So we decided to indenture ourselves and our 4 children and come over to the New World in 1538. Since those 4 years, I have lost all of my family. It's been a really rough life. When we came over here, we lost one son to vomito the first year, and then the next year there was an ambush by the Indians in our village, and they burned it down, and I lost all of my family. So my son and my 2 daughters, which would have been a wonderful opportunity to have them, here in the New World, to get them, proper husbands here in the New World. So I then, with having no prospects, decided to marry the man who we indenture ourselves to, Francisco de Marbella. And he was wealthy. He was a merchant, and he didn't care that I did not have a dowry. He could provide for that. So that was taken care of. And a little while later, after he and some of the other men from our village decided to defend our honor, they went off to attack the Indians, and he was killed. So, what I didn't also mention is that he had another wife. He had an Indian wife, which was pretty common in this time period. The man would take an Indian wife because there weren't many women in the New World, but to make themselves more legitimate, having a Spanish wife was seen as being more socially acceptable. So after his death, I was left alone in this new world. I had nothing, but I did have an uncle in Guatemala, and I was able to make it over here to Guatemala, and he is arranging a marriage for me as we speak. I'm still still young. I have proven my fertility with having 4 children, so I am a pretty good prospect, even though I don't have a lot of things. I wasn't able to get anything from my second husband's estate because that was all given to his son by his Indian wife. So here I am in the New World, waiting for living and waiting for a new husband. There is the Cabrillo's voyage that is going out. Women were not on the Cabrillo's voyage. There were no women here for voyages of exploration. Women only would come over on passenger ships. So I am pretty much right smack dab in the middle class, and I have some. I'm sure you guys would like to know a lot more about what I'm wearing, and I have another dress to demonstrate, to show you guys, but I do need a volunteer in the audience. And I need a young person, and there is only one young person in the audience, so it's going to have to be you. Would you mind volunteering yourself? Come on, this is fun. You get to dress up in a dress just like this. Think that sounds fun? Okay, good, because if you didn't want to do it, you're going to really blow a hole in my hope, right? Evelyn, okay. Evelyn, how old are you? 10, okay. So Evelyn is 10. You'll be getting married in 3 years then? When you're 13? Well, as soon as a girl becomes a woman, she's ready for marriage. She's in a marriageable age. So, cool. Well, I have all of the goodies here for you. So, face the audience, and we'll get started. The first thing that everybody wears or you're wearing this all the time, is a camisa. You have a couple of these, depending on your status. You have some of these in your wardrobe. Men and women both wear them. It is the all-purpose garment, nightgown. You're going to wear this to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, this is what you're wearing. When you're hanging around the house, That's all that you're wearing. The only time you wear it out of the house is if you're going to visit friends. No, I'm sorry. The only time you wear it out of the house is if you were going to do laundry down at the river. If you're going to visit friends or going out to market or anything, you will be properly dressed like I am. So that's what we're going to do for Evelyn here. Evelyn, those shoes are fabulous. Those actually would work for 16th century. Maybe not the glitter, but the slippers, right? Spanish ladies, you know, no different than us modern ladies. They love shoes. They wore slippers, leather sandals, boots, and there was also these shoes called chopines. I don't know if you guys are familiar. They're like a high heel, right? That's the first high heel. Now these were like wooden. It was like a wooden block. So imagine just a wooden block underneath the bottom of your shoe. Ooh, those shoes are cute. I would wear those. These, I know what these are good little slippers there. But, so these women would wear, they would have basically your slipper like that with a big block of wood underneath it. These wooden shoes were meant to keep your dresses out of the mud. But also, I mean, the Venetians kind of took this concept of the chopine crazy and even had shoes that were like 10, 20 inches high. And it was a status thing, too. It meant that you could afford the extra material to make a longer gown, and you could afford servants to help you walk around. Because if you're walking around on shoes that are this big, they're like stilts, right? You're going to need a cane.